the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Alrighty, all you Red Dogs fans, this is another edition of your favorite podcast. It is The Dog Pound. I am Rick Franceschino, voice of the Red Dogs and starting left fielder, and I'm with my favorite and pretty much only co-host, Roy. How are you doing this week, Roy?
I'm doing wonderful. It's been a great week. I've been on vacation from my other career, and it's just been amazing.
It's been a great couple days for Roy.
Great couple days.
You know, nice and refreshed and everything. Look at that. You can tell by the smile on his face, he's fresh as a daisy. You know what? And I had a good week as well. Simply for the fact that the Red Dogs won this past week. We beat Zantes 5-2. It was a tough battle, but we pulled out on top. And we extend our winning streak to 3 games. So the Red Dogs sit 6-1. I don't know if we're number 1 or number 2 in the standings. Doug has failed to update us on the standings, so we have no clue where we sit. It should be at least first or second place. I don't see us jumping down to third place.
There's no way.
It's impossible, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah. So 5-2 winning over the Zantes, Roy. Do you want to give us a little input on the game? Is this what happened?
Yeah, sure. So Zantes ended up a team. I recognize the guys. We've played them previously before.
They're a well-known team in the league. They've been around for several years.
Yeah, they're okay. I mean, they can probably beat us on one of their good days, but we were just better on Sunday. It was still a close match. We kind of let them keep it around because our offense kind of sputtered a little bit. We just had one good inning where we got a couple runs, and that was the difference in the game. That was the best defense we've played in quite a while. I think we only made maybe 2 errors the whole game. So we were pretty much scotch-free, errorless game, and they only scored 2-1. So 2 runs, I'm sorry. So it was a 5-2 victory in favor of the Red Dogs. You know, a little closer than we'd like it to be. We could have, blew it open a little more. But again, the offense sputtered a little bit. We got the W. We all left healthy. And, we'll move on till our season finale on Sunday.
Yeah, which, Roy, you touched base on 2 topics I really want to dive into in this Dog Pound. And one is the inconsistent offense, and 2 would be the defense. Now, I want to kick it off with the offense because this has been an ongoing issue throughout Red Dogs, seasons. But I think especially this year is the fact that our offense, it just doesn't seem like it could score on a consistent basis. I mean, we'll take this game for instance. We score, I think, 3 runs in one of the innings and maybe 2 in the other. So in a 6-7 inning game, we only scored out of 2 innings, and it's only a couple runs. Luckily for our defense, we played well. That we win that game. If our defense doesn't play as good as we do, we lose that game. But Roy, what do you think is causing the inconsistency in our hitting?
I think it's the weather, Rick. We're used to playing those really hot, muggy summer days, and it's just been really cool. Really breezy. The rain, lots of rain this summer, and our bats just haven't been able to get hot and warm, Again, we haven't really had too much batting practice time or...
I haven't hit the cages at all this year.
Yeah.
That may be a little bit reason why, but...
Because, I think we average at least 10 runs a game the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But this year, we're getting well below that. So I think the weather has a lot to do with it.
Well, and we had rainouts too. It's been a
rainouts.
Shitty schedule as far as consistency.
And again, just our constant issues that we've always had is that we pop up the ball too much.
Oh, it's ridiculous how much we pop up.
We don't use our speed enough, and we don't keep the ball on the ground and let them have to make the play. Anybody could catch a pop-up. A little girl could catch a pop-up. So, that's the problem with us is we sometimes just seem to want to hit the ball too hard instead of keeping our swing level. hitting the ball on the ground and hitting line drives because, most of the time, unfortunately, in this league, it's a pretty shitty league. They're not going to make the play and they can beat it out.
And I will say this, Roy. This has been talked about, and when we go to Coach's Corner, we have the couple guys are hitting well. Weimer, AJ, they're our most consistent hitters. They're consistently get on base and bring some runs around. But
guys like Pickham, usually the guys you can rely on. He just cannot. He's in a huge funk. He just cannot seem to get it going.
And I would throw myself in there too.
Rick, even Spy a little bit. Just you could see the frustration boiling over. I know Pickham threw his bat and swore a couple times. The ump had to calm him down in the dugout. So
you got a verbal warning from the ump.
We gotta keep our cool. I know it's tough. I've been there for a long time. It's just really, really tough to get out of it.
And Roy, and counting on that is a lot of those guys are in the lower part of the batting order. I mean, I know I'm always last, and I think the bottom of the order has been lacking a little bit, and especially the offensive part of the game. But the big question I want to know, Roy, is why is Dougie Lammie still putting himself in the lineup? I mean, I think he's only gotten maybe 1 or 2 hits. He's averaging a well below a 100 batting average, and he consistently puts himself in the 10 spot or the 9 spot, excuse me. And I'm thinking in my head like, Dougie, you're not performing. And
I think a guy like Zimmer
would be perfect in that spot
because he's gonna take some pitches.
He will.
He's gonna make the pitcher work.
Zimmer gets on base. He gets on base. He gets on base.
He might have a batting average of 0, but you know what?
His on base is
800.
Above that, 800.
800.
He's a walking machine.
He'll have 5 at bats, walk 4 times, and get out the 1 time. And you know what? We'll take that every day of the week, baby.
Oh yeah, I will.
Every day. I got you, Zimmer. I got you.
And here's the thing. Personally, I've felt this over the many years. I think when it comes down to the bottom of the lineup, your number 9 hitter should be Zimmer. Your number 10 hitter should be me. The Zimmer-Rick connection. It's almost unbeatable.
It's proven to work.
It's a confidence thing for me. I know when I have Zimmer right up front of me, I know he's going to get on base, and it makes me feel a lot better. Now it's been happening as Dougie gets out, I come up with 2 outs, nobody on base, and it's like, well, I got nothing to hit for, and I'll pop out or something. So I definitely do think Dougie's starting to be on the hot seat a little bit, especially in the batting average. And at this point, I'm just waiting for Zimmer to get the call. It has to be inevitable because the offense cannot do what it's doing in us winning the playoffs. If we go in the playoffs with this offense, we're lucky to win a game. Especially against Man Bear Puigs, they'll rip us to shreds. So I think the offense we need there's some improvement. But going on to our next point, Roy, is our defense. I don't know if it was a combination of Mangerson's pitching and the defense in the Zantes this past week, but I mean, as a left fielder, I had at least 10 putouts in left field. They were just popping up. And I mean,
that's the job of the pitcher, though. He did exactly what we ordered him to do.
Exactly. Just let us make the plays.
Limit the ground balls, fly balls right to our outfield, pop up to our infielders.
Let us make the plays.
Let us make those easy plays because we know we can make them. And it really seemed to work this last game. I don't know, again, if that other team, coming into the game,
it was having their own struggles,
issues. But they really, really struggled to get anything going. I think, like I said, they only scored 2 runs, and then
that was it. 6 or 7 inning game, they only scored 2. I will take that 10 out of 10 times.
They didn't really have much base runners other than those guys.
No.
I mean, it was almost 1-2-3, 1-2-3 every inning. So
I mean, there's a couple innings where I had the first 2 outs, and it was like, they were coming up with nobody on, and 2 outs, and it's like, well, inning's over.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt really confident going out there that it was going to be a 1-2-3 inning every inning. So defense played absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, there was maybe 1 or 2 errors, but those are going to happen. It just takes a weird bounce. What have you?
And just knowing the team you're facing too.
The
outfield just kind of shrink it up. Play up. I mean, not 1 ball was hit over your guys' head.
No, we knew how to play up.
When they don't have any really big hitters, you got to shrink the field, make it in half, play up. Let them hit the ball behind you once or twice,
which goes back to the scouting reports. I mean, we read
so they don't get any of those bloopers.
No,
just can't
not at
stand
all.
those bloopers.
Mm-hmm. So, as far as the defense, really good job. I'm really happy with the defense. It's just the hitting I think we need to improve on a little bit. But overall, Red Dogs go 6-1. I think we have time for one caller, I believe. Tyler, you're from Burbank. Tyler, you're on the Dog Pound.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. I was in attendance for this last week's game, and I noticed that manager Doug Lammie was not in the dugout. Is there any issues regarding his Adderall use or anything regarding the league as to why he wasn't at the game? Any information I'd really appreciate, as well as the Red Dog Nation would appreciate. Thanks, guys.
Well, thanks for the call, Tyler.
Rick,
Doug.
I'll take this one.
All right.
So, I was with Lammie in the clubhouse a few hours before the game, and we were having a beer, and he was thinking about the lineup and putting it together, and we were just bullshitting and talking, and I was planning on him being at the game, so I don't know what the F happened to him or where he went or what the heck happened, because come warm up and game time, he was nowhere to be found. So none of us, as far as me and Rick, I don't know about the other guys on the team, I haven't heard anything from him. I don't know if he's even alive. I don't know where he's at this point. So, to answer your question, I can't say definitively yes or no. It's a possibility. I can't rule it out. But I was with him as far as I know in his last whereabouts a couple hours before the game time. And, after that, I couldn't tell you where he went.
He's still, as far as I know, he's still MIA. I haven't heard anything from the guys or anything, so.
Sorry,
Tyler, I can't really, I don't know. Yeah, I know as much as you know. We haven't heard anything from the league regarding it, so, I don't know. But personally, I think we did play better without him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to keep bashing Dougie, because he is our manager, he is our boss, but, we seem to be doing just fine without him, making our own scorecard,
making the lineup,
having, doing our strategies, what we're going to go out there and do, and our signs and all that stuff, behind the scenes that, goes on with scouting and stuff. But, I really, he really hasn't brought too much to the table for our team. So, at this point, it's up to owner Mr. Pickham if he, wants to move on with somebody else. But he just doesn't seem to be bringing too much to our team right now. So,
well, when you look at the manager's position, you want a guy that's going to be able to take control of the team and manage us wins. And so far this year, I don't think Dougie's really done that. The Red Dogs is pretty much at this point is pretty much a well-oiled machine. We know how things are going to go. We pretty much know the lineup, ahead of time. And I can't agree more with you. I don't think Dougie's really doing much as far as his team, because this past week shows that we can win without him. And how much does that say about the team when it's like, oh yeah, our manager's not there, but we still won.
Right.
So,
yep.
I don't know what Mr. Pickham's gonna do with the Dougie Lammie manager situation. He's been manager for the past 5 years.
His contract's got to be up at some point here.
I don't know if Mr. Pickham's gonna renew it. Because like I said, not even looking at Dougie as a manager position, just looking at him as a player, he is not. I would not have him starting in my lineup, Roy. Like we said, we've the batting average is well below average. The on base is well below average.
He struggled to get it going.
The performance is just not there.
I love the guy as a person, but
he is.
It's a business out there. It's a business. So we're out there to.
We're out there to win championships, Roy.
Yeah.
We've said this from day one, and we will still say it now. Is our goal is to win championships, and with Dougie,
put the ring on our finger.
And with Dougie at the helm, I don't know if he's the guy to lead us there, to say the least. So, Tyler, thanks for your call. He's MIA. I don't know where he is, but maybe we'll know more in the upcoming days. But next week we got Empty Netters at 6:30. I feel like we play them every week, but I don't think we played them at all. Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't.
I thought the same thing, Rick. I thought you say we play them every week. So
Yeah, I feel like we do, but I don't think we've ever played them. I don't know what the record is.
It's got to be worse than ours.
It has to be. I mean,
'Cause
Man
we know
Bear Puigs is the team,
So-
and we're 6-1, so we're either first or second.
Yeah.
So we got them this coming Sunday at 6:30. Hopefully, it doesn't rain or anything. I know I will not be in attendance. I will be in Las Vegas. So I will not be there. Roy, will you be in attendance?
I won't be either. T Swift's coming to town, so I gotta spend some time with her.
Mm-hmm.
She's not in very often, so unfortunately, she's unfortunately more priority at this point. So obviously, if it was playoffs, I'd really have
It'd be
to,
a different
have
story,
to think about it. But last game of the year, I know it's tough, but we got our place locked up. I think we got second place locked up. Worst case scenario. So I'm gonna go.
It's really not a game that really matters much.
Yeah,
It's one of those situations.
I'm gonna go spend some time with her before she's got to head back out onto her tour.
So, otherwise, guys, it's been another great installment of the Dog Pound. Next week, 6:30, Empty Netters. The Red Dogs look to go 7-1 into the playoffs. As always, Red Dog Nation, keep on barking.